Well, Donald Trump continues to lead the race for the GOP nomination, in large part because on the economy, he has hammered home how global trade has crushed the American worker. A lot of people support that across the aisle. However, there's a recent study from the American Action Forum that claims that his tariff policies will cost Americans $250 billion a year. So, which candidate does have the best economic policy? Joining me now is the president of the American Action Forum, Douglas Holtz-Eakin. Douglas, great piece you guys put together where people can kind of go over their state and see how much extra they'd pay. Now, what's the assumption here? Is the assumption that we go into a full-blown trade war, a 40% tariff kind of thing? How did you come up with $250 billion?
No, there's actually another study done by the Washington Post that actually goes into the trade war scenario. This is real simple. We just look at the tariffs, 45% on China, 25% on Mexico, assume that those tariffs are going to end up being taxes that consumers pay, add them up, and look at the states that are buying the goods. So this is not a complicated calculation, and it's probably just the tip of the iceberg on the trade front.
Here's what people tell me, and this is what people are probably tweeting or screaming at their TV screens right now. Forget about how much this is going to cost me. It does not matter if I don't have a job. We need a president who's going to go and bring these jobs back to America and make sure that these people play fair. They're not playing fair. It's time we need someone who can make them play fair. What do you say to those people?
I think we should have a president who gets good trade agreements, makes sure that there is a level playing field for our firms. Remember, the money is outside the U.S. 95% of the consumers are outside the U.S. The American worker has to have access to those markets in the future. That's the route to future prosperity. Retreating inside some sort of trade barrier is not going to solve that problem. So, yeah, you need good trade agreements. You need them enforced.
Right.
But you also need the other things that generate economic growth.
Douglas, let me